Hello everyone, this is Lance, and it's my pleasure to have presentation again before you. Today's topic of this presentation is about RTK4 details in performance updating and new functions for end users. And with these features, our customer can increase their productivity and go home earlier, then spend more time with their families. Okay, I have divided the contents in three main parts. The first is performance updating compared with our old generation V19 Plus. Second is some new key function which brings up by RTK4 for users and help them to get more good and better user experience in their surveilling field. So last part is accessories introduction, and which is external radio HDL 416A. Okay, let's continue. So in the foreword, I would like to say, compared with our old generation receiver V19 Plus, we have made great improvement in many aspects. Now we just select maybe 5 points which may have big effect on your surveilling work, like signal checking, intelligence interface, intelligence ability, scope of work, and anti-interference ability, and user experience. Like diagram shows, it improves a lot from this aspect. So later I will show you the comparison results. So first, the part one, performance updating. So actually, we have done a lot of comprehensive testing before launching this RTK4. Normally, we need to have more than 10 units or 20 units RTK4 and other brands receiver, even our old generation V19 Plus or receivers, to test in one testing project from many aspects, because every correct or right result needs a lot of data to support to prove that it's true. Right now, we don't have enough time to show all of testing results and measures in this presentation. Even some parts, maybe you don't care or think that's not necessary. So we just pick some key results and the important part to present. First, let's have a look at data comparison on both static date and the load date and RTK date, because we normally use receiver in this two model. So regarding static date, we will compare them from these three aspects: satellite tracking ability, data quality, and the reliability. As we mentioned, it has multiple channels for receiving multiple taps frequency bands from all current constellations, and good instructor to ensure high quality data, and then advanced algorithm to ensure reliability. Okay, let's show the testing workflow. Okay, just take a look at the testing environment. So I think most of you have visited this roof, and after taking record of static dates in the open area or even on the trees, we just input them in our new desktop software, HPC. So anyway, in this project, you will see that in GNSS interface of the HPC software, observation part, obviously V19 Plus gets 40 satellites tracking, and RTK4 15 satellites tracking, and more good SNR value, which is about 14.5. This is in the open area. And then have a look at the sky plot results on the chase. Still, V19 Plus got 31 satellite tracking, and RTK4 got 43 satellite tracking. That's why I said at the beginning it can expand your work scope, because more satellites, like more low data, like you have more bullet to help you hit the target. So then we take a look at the open error, the SPP. So after analysis, compare with the data from V19 Plus, static data of RTK4, it's more convergent at small area, as you can see in this bigger. It's more convergent at small area, and PDOP is only 0.8. Wait a minute. So given the environment under the chase, so after analysis, compare with the data from V19 Plus and the static data which record from RTK4, it's more convergent at a small area. You can see this is a result from V19 Plus, and this is from RTK4. Okay, then we take a look at the observation sequence. Here we can see on the right side of this slide datasheet, they have observed same frequency band in constellation of GPS, GLONASS. You can see here the same RTK4 and V19 Plus, and the same. I mean, in the same as GPS and GLONASS, and even gallium, one more satellites in this constellation. But in for BeiDou satellites, BDS satellites, it can receive another type of BDS frequency band, and then more satellites. So even on the tree, I mean, in harsh environment, compared with the observation sequence, it's more complete. Here, so RTK4. Here, the V19 Plus. And more satellites here. The frequency band. So all this performance updating are related to our BDS system updating. And because we have deep cooperation with some Chinese BDS institute. So by this data analysis, we can say that RTK4 as updating of V19 Plus, I mean new generation products, can track more satellites and give you higher convergence rate data. So by this, I mean some important evidence for the low data. I mean our receiver by its special antenna and good inner structure to offer you good raw data and result. Can offer you a good result for data. Then we take a look at RTK data because we have good algorithm, RTK algorithm inside, and we will compare them from these, three aspects, like how fastly it can get fixed solution while connecting cores from single status, and how precise it can achieve while getting fixed solution, and then the result is reliable or not. Okay, just have a look at the environment again in the open area and harsh environment on the trees. But normally we will not test only in these two environments. As in this presentation, we pick some representative environment for display. So after testing, we found out that RTK4 only takes 5 seconds to get fixed while connecting the cores from single solution to fixed status, which V90 Plus has taken 3 seconds, 5 seconds, and even on the trees, it can also get fixed solution very faster. So second, because we have correct 1 point for more than 1,000 times, and then we compared how many fixed solution it has, and the fixed rate of RTK4 is 94, and V90 Plus is 89%. Then let's just have a look at the data comparison on the precision aspect. We just pick the results on the trees because we always want to know if our receiver in harsh environment and it can get a reliable result or not. Here we can, in these 3 pictures, the first picture on in this slide, so V90 Plus get interference points is of course more than RTK4 at the same times in the same area. It means that RTK4 has a good ability in anti-interference aspects. And just have a look at the common satellites. Well, the V90 Plus is only around 12 common satellites, which RTK4 get more than 40 common satellites. And same here, the coordinate 0. You see, so of course the RTK4 get interference points is less than V90 Plus. Okay, so after for this date, we just pick out all the fixed solution date for comparison and analyze. We will see that in the for when you stay there, I mean in the hash environment for little long time, the date NEZ will be convergent at a small area. But VNet Plus cannot compare with it. Still has some divergence. And also the common satellites is more smooth, and the VNet Plus get some unstable common satellites. And also the data arrow sigma is close to smaller than 2 centimeters. So after I analyze the date from both static module and RTK module, I would like to say the tilde survey again. Actually, this is a 10. I think in the future, most of a receiver will integrate it with IMU module because it can extend your scope of work, and you don't need to focus on the physics bubble. So compared with the old generation VNet Plus, it can tilt more angle and quick initialization compared with before, and will not affected by the magnet environment. So I'll talk about the performance updating on the date and even the tilde survey. And just let's have a look at some key functions for end user experience. This part, I would like to use few videos to show you how can they help user in their field. Okay, the first is by power bank. So just imagine that a power bank you can take easily and charge your receiver very faster. And not only charge your receiver, but also your phone and controller. So the second is a smart base. So last time in WDC, we have mentioned and did a brief introduction for it. Right now, I would like to show a video on the high-sway software to make you can feel how easy it can work. First, let's see the base setting part. Yeah, just click the base icon and turn on the smart base station, and then press set. Whatever, you can input the base coordinates by yourself or by average, then use Foreword to some no coordinates, no points, and to framework calibration. And after that, we go lower parts. And in the lower setting interface, just input the serial number of your base, and it will look fix solution. It will automatically pair the correction from the serials, the same serials base station. Our high target cloud service will help you do this automatically. So next time, you don't need to set them again. So this function is just is for saving receiver initialization paths, your surveilling initialization work, and also extending your work range. Okay, for the last part of the small key functions is advanced timeout technology. It's kind of exfil, like Trimble exfil function. So this function can help surveyor continuous surveilling without interruption when you temporarily lose connection with your base station or VRS network, and help you list downtime. Okay, let's have a look at the video. So just have a look at the interface in high survey. You can see the latency is more than 15.2 or 15.3 seconds. And you can see the dead arrow, the sigma, is less than 1 centimeters. We already lost the correction from a base, but still we can get some high accurate dates. Yes, the arrow is around 1 centimeters and height is 4 centimeters. Okay, finally, we need to have a brief, not brief, introduction about the external radio. Last time we have said in WDC that it can support multiple protocols like CATL, Trimble Talk, and even Chinese domestic radio protocol like CHC or SAUS. But now I want to introduce more this time because it uses the same development platform as CATL compared with other domestic Chinese factory. And then it can offer performance that's more than 20 kilometers communication distance. And another more important is that the HDL 416A radio adopts integrated modeling structure design, which can quickly retransfer and keep equipment in a low temperature. Because we know in summer or some very hot weather, the surveyors still need to go outside to do their surveying work. If the external radio is, the temperature of external radio is so high, it may affect the performance and the device, and also affect your working experience. Maybe it cannot work. You have to make it cool down and then work again. But after serious testing, that we can promise that the HDL 416A can offer you good performance in very high temperatures environment. So this is our video about the testing results. Actually, because we just installed the antenna receiver on the roof, so it can transfer around 24 kilometers. So okay, that's all for today. And for further questions, please email to sales@hightarget.com.cn. And all right, thanks so much for my webinar. Thanks for listening.